So, a wonderful good evening to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, over here. So, wish you all, the sports lover. It's a really an incredible day for our nation. The National Sports Day in India is celebrated on 29th August. The memory of the legend Major Dhyanchand. प्रणाम है उनको, नमन है. What a player and what a sports person he is. His contribution towards the national game of hockey for the India is really phenomenal. So it's time to remember, it's time to reminiscing the legendary player Major Dhyanchand, who was dedicated his entire life for our nation. So we have a special guest, one and only, the first Odia commentator, Gourab Panda. The talent is really superb. He has been outstanding commentator, specifically in three languages, in terms of Hindi, in terms of Odia, in terms of English. He's been really phenomenal commentator. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gourab Panda in your show. And before that, I would like to tell you everyone that he also do commentary in the Dhaka Premier League also. So without getting further delay, I am going to invite one and only Gourab Panda in my show. Gourab जी, मैं आपको invite करना चाहूँगा मेरे show में. I'm just sending the invitation. Please accept and as quick as possible, just join my show. And people are waiting, watching. Yes, it is. Maybe some technical error is going on. Again, I am sending the request to Gourab Panda. Is going to join in my show. Yes. Yes, it is.
Sorry, everyone. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Okay,
Hello.
गौरव जी, स्वागत है आपको. नमन करता हूँ.
नमस्कार. नमस्कार.
नमस्कार. उड़ीसा के लिए गौरव, नाम है आपका गौरव. और इस टीम में यानी कि नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स डे में आपको स्वागत करना चाहूंगा.
Thank you so much. Actually, I like to wish you the same, because this is kind of a perfect day for having a discussion on sports, for cricket, for that matter, especially when you know that it's such a big day.
Yeah, fantastic, lovely. People are eagerly waiting that when Gourab Panda is coming, and you are
Finally, I'm there.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm there.
Pleasure, privilege. And Gourab, it's a really fantastic moment for all of us. Gourab, please tell me short introduction about you. Where you belongs, about your hometown.
I belong to a city called Cuttack. I think you know that. I've been living here for a long period of time now. The best place in the world for me, Cuttack. Yeah. There's nothing like it. Living in Cuttack. And as far as my profession is concerned, I have two professions. One is, of course, commentary. All of you know that. The second is the fact that I'm doing my research in applied mathematics. And
fantastic.
The other is, of course, I write some lyrics in Odia music industry, but I'm not so popular in that.
Oh, that's great. That's great. What a talent. What a talent. How do you manage your passion with profession at the same time? How do you manage?
I think it's tough, but every time you know that you have time for your something that you love, you will always get time.
Okay, great, great, great. Okay, Gaurav ji, when you getting your first step in the IPL commentary in the Odia language, how do you feel? How much you excited?
Pretty excited because not necessarily because I was selected. I was excited first because the language ODI is happening for the first time, was happening for the first time. That is the main reason. Because
Yeah.
that also told you about the importance of the language that we have. 12 languages and ODI was one of them. That tells you that people take this language seriously. And you know that it is one of the classical languages of India, right? Our
Yeah.
own language. And
Great, great.
that's why I was really excited. The second thing, of course, when you want to do something great, you want to be very successful. And of course, IPL is, can you count that as a success? Then it's successful. No? I think Adhiraj
Fantastic.
said, "How are you? I'm fine, bro. How are you? It's been a long time." He was the Gujarati producer from IPL.
Okay, great, great. Thank you, Gaurav. Tell me some, sweet memory of your childhood.
I think I'm kind of a person for whom every moment has been beautiful. Especially if I have to ask again to live that childhood, I'll live that again. Every moment has been beautiful, and the most important thing is it is more beautiful because we had cricket at that time, and Indian cricket was doing so well. To be honest, I'm talking about the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. You saw Sachin was at his peak. Dravid coming in, Saurav was there, VVS was there as well. Anil Kumble, Jahir Khan, MS Dhoni coming in after that. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. So it is necessarily because the fact that we had a great cricket team and went on to win tournaments, went on to win World Cups. I think the childhood was good.
Fantastic, lovely, lovely. Uh, so, do you ever do commentary in the gully cricket, Gaurav?
Yeah, I do. I do. That's where everyone start their journey from. So I'm no problem in doing that. I still do it, not gully cricket, but I do a lot of event commentary.
Great. Share some remarkable experience in the gully cricket. The first
So,
commentary experience. Yeah.
so much of experience. I think I have so much of great experiences, and I'm not going to talk about that. I'll tell something about what didn't go that right on a particular day. So in
Exactly.
one of the matches, I was doing a commentary in Bose cricket ground, very popular in Odisha, and Rasmiranjan Parida, one of the greats of the game from Odisha, was playing in that match. So
Okay.
being a very honest commentator, I'm a very honest commentator. If you're playing well, I'll say you're playing well. If you're not playing well, I'll say you're not playing well. I'm not going to say that, okay, he's trying to play well, something like that. I'm a very honest commentator. So I dropped a catch, dropped a very simple catch. And I mentioned that at this level, you need to take these catches. In ground commentary, you can't say that because he's a legend of the game. So later,
Yeah.
I was told by a lot of people that no, this is something that you can't do because he's a legend of the game. He's past his prime. He's retired from the game. So you can give that liberty to him as well. So that's where I learned that you have to be a little bit kind of polite every time you have to make a statement.
Yeah, fantastic. Gaurav, you are absolutely phenomenal commentator. We really proud for you. You are
Thank you so
representing
much.
our Odisha into the next level, in the ultimate level. It's a really a great moment for all of us. It's a really proud moment for all of us. Gaurav, please tell me some essential quality to become a commentator. What should be the essential quality of a
I
commentator?
think the first thing is to know about the game, right? You have to
Yeah.
know about the game. You have to play a game to a certain level to know what is going right, what is not going right, and what is cricket. And if I'm talking about cricket,
Yeah.
then the other thing, of course, is the fact that ability to tell stories. In the end, cricket or football or whatever it is, they are stories. They are not
Yeah.
about numbers. You can't say average strike rate to people and they'll be getting good. So you
Yeah.
have to add stories to it. You have to talk about MS Dhoni. You have to talk about Virat Kohli, the stars. You talk about their stories. People will start listening to them. So for me, it
Yeah.
is never about I'll say the averages, the strike rates, the data. Rather, I'll say it's storytelling. So first is knowing about the game. Second is storytelling. Third is definitely the fact that you need to have a bit of sense of humor. You need to be light on the table. You can't be very serious when you're doing your job. So that's the three things.
Can you please share some, your or people are waiting on your voice to do a commentary, please. एक demo हो जाए.
No, for each and every commentator, there is one thing, you are also a commentator, so you must be knowing one thing, that every time there is something going on, it becomes easy for us. If it's not going on, or there is no game, so it's very difficult for us to kind of say something about the game or to commentate. So I'm not someone who can commentate when there is no game going on. So it's very tough. It's very
that kind of the eagerness, the kind of excitement.
I can show my form.
Great, fantastic. Okay, Gaurav, who inspired you a lot to pursue your passion? Apart from your parents, apart from your family?
To be honest, so many of them. And talking about my idols, I'll say Mark Nicholas from Australia. In fact, from England, who was doing commentary in Australia, Channel 9. He was someone who inspired me completely. He was so good in his job. He was a storyteller. He still is, and he knows how to add stories to pictures. So Harsha Gokhale is one of them who inspired me. But then talking about giving opportunities, Odisha Cricket Association, I have to say that they have been fantastic. The amount of games they have given me, the amount of love they have given me, the support they have given me, fantastic. It all started in Stuart Science College when I was a part of it in +3. So it all started at that point in time. I was actually given an opportunity by Stuart Science College because it was close to Odisha Cricket Association. So I have to thank each and every person out there. I have to thank someone like Nishant Majid, who has been a very kind of guide to me in each and every way. So many of them. My elder brother as well, who has been very supportive. So long story, my dear friend.
Great. Fantastic. We hope the kind of unconditional love that you are getting from our people, from your audience, from your supporter, still continues. And you are getting the kind of energy for that particular things.
Okay. Thank you to each and everyone who's joined as well. It's nice to see them.
Yeah. Great. Saurabh, which is your favorite format? Is it Test, T20 or ODI?
It's a very difficult question to answer, to be honest. It's like, I'll tell you why it's difficult. Because, every time if someone has to be asked that, what's your favorite genre of music? If you are a true lover of music, you love each and every kind of music. You will also love classical music. Then we'll come back to some pops, raps, everything possible. So what is true is that Test cricket is the ultimate form of the game. You love Test cricket. The amount of excitement that Test cricket can give you, no other format can give. But then, when you don't have time, T20 cricket is not a bad form of the game. So I think it's the ODI cricket that is actually struggling at this point in time, not Test cricket. So Test and T20 are something that I actually love doing. ODI cricket, slightly boring.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. Talking to the particular specific point, why India lose your WTC final? What is your opinion? What is your views about that particular things?
There can be so many reasons. The first thing is that people talk about why Ashwin was not playing in that match. Everyone is talking about Ashwin was not given the chance to play in that match. Well, remember last time what happened? They played Ashwin in 2021, I think. When New Zealand won it. They played Ashwin and Jadeja. They thought that we'll not be talking about the wicket, the pitch. We'll be taking the pitch out of the equation. We will be playing our best 11. What happened? India lost that match. So they this time thought, no, we'll not be playing Ashwin. We'll not be playing our best 11. We'll be playing an 11 which is suited to the conditions. But our batters didn't do that well. So it is all about our batters. We are always focusing on bowlers and how they should pick up wickets, but you're forgetting the fact that we are a great batting side and we're not batting well.
Gaurav, do you think that WTC is very nearer and our cricketer playing the IPL? Can IPL has some impact in the WTC? Do you think so?
I think every time you play a professional game of cricket, you shouldn't be worried about that. I know that there are certain kinds of players who are practicing with the red ball in the nets when the IPL is going on. So it's not that you're not getting time. Virat Kohli was practicing with the red ball. You know, there are so many other players as well. So it's not about that. I think it's about the fact that you need to find a balance between the team every time you play a game. So what is happening is that you keep on changing players in each and every match. You're not going to find a perfect balance out of it.
How do we describe about the captaincy of Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma? It's two different person, two different kind of attitude.
Like you had a spicy butter chicken, and then you go on to find some healthy ice cream dessert. So something like that. Very different. Virat Kohli, very aggressive. He wants the best team. He said, I want everything to be best. I want the best fast bowlers. I want the best spinners. I want the best batter. I want a good team, and I want to win the match. That is Virat Kohli for you. Rohit Sharma is someone who believes giving time to players. You know, Rohit Sharma is a very different captain when he's in IPL, because in IPL captaincy is all about team management.
Exactly.
It is all about man management, nothing more than that. But here you have to build a team. Here it's completely different. Media pressure is there. You're captaining the country. So it's hell and heaven difference when you're talking about captaincy in Indian Premier League and captaincy in international cricket. So as far as captaincy is concerned, Rohit Sharma has wonderful potentials, but so far Rohit has not done that well, to be honest, as a captain.
Yeah, great. So do you think that India will miss the captaincy of Virat and the particular in WTC?
I'm not going to say that, to be honest, but if you were to ask me, yes, as far as Test cricket is concerned, you know, you want a captain like Virat Kohli. He is one of the best captains of Test cricket. As far as Test cricket is concerned, you will not get a captain like Virat Kohli, because he's aggressive. He was there to pick up 20 wickets. He produced results. We won in Australia twice. We fought in England. We fought in South Africa. So yes, definitely you want Virat to be one of the captains. Definitely, but that's not going to happen, I think.
Yeah. And also there is also a factor that we missed the Jasprit Bumrah in the WTC. That is one of the major factor. And also Pujara is not so consistency as we expected from the Pujara bat. That is also.
It has been a story for the last 2 years, to be honest. One or two good innings, then Pujara has not been consistent. And if you want to win a tournament like this, if you want to be very successful, you have to be consistent. And as far as consistency is concerned, you can learn it from your ex-captain, Virat Kohli. He was a master as far as consistency is concerned. Pujara, I think there are two kinds of players. When you have an attacking player, you have a defensive player. So every time you are a defensive player, you can't be getting out in the 30s, 40s. You are not allowed, my dear friend. If you're an attacking player, yes, you go for the big shots, you get out, it's okay. That's the way you play. So no one is going to question Rishabh Pant. No one is going to question was going to question Virendra Sehwag for that matter before. So every time you are a Rahul Dravid or a Pujara or a Sachin Tendulkar whose job is to be there, play for a long period of time, score those runs, then you are responsible, because your major job is to be there. When you are not being there, you have to be questioned.
Lovely, fantastic. Gaurav, tell me, do you think that who will be the perfect player of the Pujara place? Who will be the? Is it Subham Gill or any other else? Do you think anybody?
In place of Pujara at this point in time, if I have to make an apple to apple comparison, they say, or horses for horses replacement, I will not pick any one of them, because no one is going to bat like Pujara. Subham Gill is a stroke player, so I want Subham Gill to be in the team. You desperately want a left-hander, so I want SSB Jaiswal to be there. To be honest, you definitely need a left-hander. Pujara, still should be playing. There is no one who can really replace Pujara, because you want to be definitely in the game when Pujara is there, because I think you will not find a very defensive player.
Yeah, definitely. Fantastic, Gaurav. Coming to the ODI format. So what kind of lacking things you are finding in the Indian cricket till now in the ODI format?
Well, without being very critical, tell me what's not lacking. Everything is lacking. at this point in time. They are
Yes.
not getting big scores. They are not picking up wickets, and they are not fielding that well. I'm not sure what is going on in Indian cricket right now. In ODI cricket, World Cup is nearby, Asia Cup is nearby as well. So we have to be very perfect. And I think it's all about team balance. I got a news that KL Rahul won't be available for 2 of the matches
Yes.
in Asia
Yes,
Cup.
yes.
So it has to be Shreyas Iyer, it has to be Surya Kumar Yadav, middle order has to be strong. You don't want to fluctuate your openers number 3 again. So hopefully
And
India do well this time.
what about Tilak Verma?
Very good question. He is a fantastic player. Every time he plays, it just reminds you of Suresh Raina. So
Yeah.
Tilak Verma has a lot of Suresh Raina in them. Also, he can bowl a bit. He's not bowling, but he can bowl a bit as well. So you want to have a left-hander because he's a left-hander. I will love to have him.
Gourab, I'm just reminding in this particular moment of Yuvraj Singh. He is a phenomenal player. For him, India win the World Cup. The whole credit goes to Yuvraj Singh. But do you think any replaceable player is available in Indian cricket team right now of Yuvraj who can play role of Yuvraj Singh?
Not a Yuvraj Singh, that kind of player comes once in a generation. You can't expect people to be like Yuvraj Singh. Yuvraj Singh, there was only one Yuvraj Singh. He was not in the best of his form. He was struggling with his health, but he won you a World Cup, right? Not just once, but twice, 2007 and 2011. So Yuvraj Singh, can't really match Yuvraj Singh. So forget about Yuvraj. You have to build a team accordingly. So in this team, what you want is your top 2 has to do well. To be honest, your top 3 has to do well. So remember, from 2015 and this is 2023, every time top order does well, India wins. If top order doesn't do well, India doesn't win the match. So it also depends on top 3 again.
Gourab, there is no name of, Shikhar Dhawan as not getting chance to play for Asia Cup.
He's one of my favorite players. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Of course, has passed his prime. He's not in a good touch right now, but he's the ICC man. Every time he plays in the ICC trophy, he scores the runs. So India will be missing Shikhar Dhawan. But at this point in time, if you don't have the right amount of form and fitness, you shouldn't be available for the Indian circuit.
Great. Who will be the best combination opener for the Indian cricket team for the Asia Cup?
You'll love to go with Rohit and Gill. Virat at number 3. You don't need to change top 3. So Rohit, Gill, and Virat, they should be fixed. You should not be thinking about a left-hander, SSB or something. Ishan should not open, to be honest. If Ishan is opening, what is happening is that in the top 6, you will not have any left-hander. And remind him having a left-arm spinner coming in and trying to pull. Or there is a leg spinner coming in and trying to be as accurate as possible. Then there is a problem, right? So you need to have a left-hander in the top 6.
Okay. And
Bhai namaskar, Biplab bhai aschanti bahut badhiya.
ବିପ୍ଳବ ଭାଇ ତ ଆମ ଭାଇ ସେ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ କିଛି କହିବାର ନାହିଁ। ବିପ୍ଳବ ଭାଇ ଆସିବେ ବହୁତ ଜଲ୍ଦି। ମୁଁ ବିପ୍ଳବ ଭାଇ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ନମସ୍କାର କରୁଛି।
He's someone who always makes us proud every time. Whether he picks up a bat, whether he picks up a mic, he always makes us proud every time.
He's a complete package. Great. Gourab, talking about the middle order, do you think who will be the X factor in the Asia Cup in the middle order? I am talking about Ravindra Jadeja. Is it Hardik Pandya? Do you think who is the best all-rounder for the Indian cricket team right now? Is it Hardik Pandya or is it Ravindra Jadeja?
In big matches, I think I'll go with Ravindra Jadeja because of the fact that he'll not just bring 2 dimensions, he'll bring the 3rd dimension, that is fielding into play. Very important. You can't find a better fielder than Ravindra Jadeja at this point in time. The other thing is, if you look at historically what Ravindra Jadeja has done in the ICC tournament, in multinational tournament, is that Ravindra Jadeja has shown his batting consistency as well. It's not just about bowling. Whereas Hardik Pandya, if you forget one of the matches where he played a brilliant knock against England, or one match in the final of Champions Trophy 2017, I'm talking about that brilliant knock that he played against Pakistan. If you just don't count those 2 matches, then Hardik has not done that well with the bat. So Hardik has to bat well. Hardik has to do at least 10% of MS Dhoni. 10%. Finish the match. That's what you have to do, right? So Jadeja, definitely.
Chahal is not there. Ravichandran Ashwin is not there.
Surprise. That's a bigger surprise than the fact that why you are not getting that many matches as a leg spinner. It's a big surprise because people are actually going to trust their leg spinners very much in the coming World Cup, and I'm very surprised that you don't have a leg spinner in Asia Cup. And if you're not picking him in the Asia Cup, can you pick him in the World Cup? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a question. That's a big question. It's a kind of mini World Cup, you can say. It's a kind of a demonstration. You have to very critical thinking on the particular things. Okay, great. Okay. So, do you think Kuldeep Yadav will be the impactful bowler?
Definitely, especially when there is not, you don't have a Chahal there in the team. So you definitely will like to rely on Kuldeep because of the fact that what Kuldeep is doing this year in the IPL as well. Kuldeep was a very good turner of the ball. He used to give a lot of flight, slow, and ball turns. Then you miss the stump or miss the bat, or sometimes the wrong one comes in and you lose your wicket. That is Kuldeep for you. But now what Kuldeep is doing is he's now bowling quicker. He's also bowling quicker. He's bowling with a great speed. So now he's a complete package with the fact that Kuldeep also can provide you 20, 30 runs when required.
Oh, great. So, what is the position of Suryakumar Yadav? Do you think it's number 4 or Suryakumar Yadav should remain after 5 or 6 down? Do you think what is the exactly position of Suryakumar Yadav?
I think number 5. Number 5 is a place where you have to keep Surya, because number 4 I'll go with Shreyas Iyer at this point in time.
Exactly.
So Surya definitely number 5. But again, remember, if you have a good partnership, for example, Rohit gets 100, Virat gets 100, then you want to bring Surya at number 3, number 4 to play those 360 games.
So, Gourab, Shikhar Das is actually a question that presence of Chahal is very important in the Asia Cup, as he likes to attack the batsman. He's not afraid of tossing the ball up. He's a really wicket-taking bowler. So, what is your view on this particular point?
About Chahal? Chahal?
Yeah.
And that's a miss. I don't get it at all. Why Chahal was not playing? Chahal has to be there. You can't imagine an Indian team without Chahal at this point in time. If I am the selector, Chahal should be the first person I will be selecting after Virat Kohli.
Oh, great. So, Gourab, and who will win the Asia Cup?
Gourab? Who will win the Asia Cup? I'm not good at predictions, but I think India. Let's give them a chance once again. They missed it last time, so they'll not be going to miss it this time. The other thing is, the shorter the format, the underdog wins. Last time the format was short, Sri Lanka won the match. Now the format is longer, so it has to be Pakistan or India, I think. So India, let's say India.
We see in the Ireland the kind of bowling producing by the Jasprit Bumrah, the consistency, the line and length is really fantastic. Do you believe that Jasprit Bumrah will remain same consistency or same accuracy in this Asia Cup? Because
he's coming after a long gap, and he has to play in a very different conditions, hot and humid conditions in Sri Lanka. Most of the matches of India, in fact, all of the matches of India are in Sri Lanka, right? So the problem is that. The problem is that you have not played for a while. You are not very used to the conditions for the last 1 year or something like that. Even though you are born and brought up in these conditions, it's not going to be that easy. So in first few matches, it has to be Shami, it has to be Siraj or someone else to pick up those wickets. Bumrah should be the second hero kind of a thing, the side hero kind of a thing. But after a few matches, I love to see Bumrah going to the pick and pick those wickets with the Yorkers. And what about Hardik Pandya? Hardik Pandya should bowl at least 5-6 over in. Definitely, that's the reason why you're playing Hardik, and he's the future captain, of course. So Hardik has to bowl, Hardik has to bat. I'm worried about Hardik, the batsman. Hardik will definitely bowl well, I can tell you. His bowling is good, but he has to really bat well. You are talking about the future captain of the India after Rohit Sharma. You are picking the Hardik Pandya, but we see in the Ireland there is some kind of controversies happening. He's not giving the the strike to the non-strike range, the player. And do you believe that MS Dhoni captainship is really impressive?
for the past decades. Uh, Anything that Hardik should work on in his captainship, in his leadership quality? Anything needs to change?
Well, I can't really mark on a particular thing, but I have to say that if Hardik, as an IPL captain, is brilliant, right? And if you can bring that Indian Premier League captaincy to the Indian team, that is to be chilled out. He's chilled out there, but he's not that chilled out here. Here he's a lot serious. So that is kind of taking the away from the fact that he's a very chilled out captain. So I think has to be a little chilled out. Hardik has to take it easy. The other thing is, Hardik will be a very good captain in T20s. In one-day cricket, I think it will take some time. Captaincy is not about being successful in the very first match. It takes time. It takes time for people like MS Dhoni too, who is probably the greatest captain of all time.
Yeah, great. It will take some time. It will take some years to understand what is the real scenario, the situation, and according to the situation, he will deliver. And it comes in time, no doubt about that. Okay, Gaurav. So, who is the bowler of the Pakistan who can be trouble for the Indian batter? Do you think who is the bowler for Pakistan?
Can I name Shaheen Afridi again?
Yeah. And what should be the right strategy? And who will shut up to the Shaheen Afridi? Who is the batter? Is it Virat Kohli? Is it Rohit Sharma? Is it KL?
It has to be Virat Kohli because see, what is so special about Shaheen is that he is very good at bringing the ball back into the right-hand batsman, right? So he brings the ball back into the right-hand batsman. So Rohit Sharma is someone with the new ball kind of struggles every time the ball comes back. He might be in the best of the form, but if it comes back, he normally loses his wicket. And it's not only Rohit, so many greats of the game also falls by this particular thing. Remember that dismissal of Virendra Sehwag in the World Cup final of 2011. Same thing happened, right? It came back suddenly. So seam in is something that is very difficult. So, and talking about swing as well, I think it's Virat Kohli who plays the swing bowling the best in this attack. Virat Kohli has to be the
impactful player against the Shaheen Afridi.
Yeah.
Okay. And Virat Kohli is the official father of the Pakistan cricket team. That's the reason that people say that. Great. Okay, Gaurav.
A lot of friends from Pakistan, so I'm not going to be commenting on that.
Okay, Sushant will putting a comment that's a please discussion about Rahul and Shreyas Iyer in the Asia Cup. Who is the most reliable player according to you, Gaurav? Is it Shreyas or is it K?
I think at this point in time it's Shreyas Iyer because consistency is there, form is there, fitness, the most important thing is there. Rahul is not fit, so I think when he comes back to his fitness, comes back to his form, of course, when Rahul gets going, he's a completely different player. But for some reason, we have not seen the best of Rahul. Very surprised because normally if you see his talent, he should be the next Virat Kohli. But at this point in time, after playing so many matches, he's struggling. Very surprised that Rahul is not doing well. And Shreyas has actually taken his opportunity, especially with the wide ball in the ODI format.
But Shreyas is absolutely a very good player against the spin bowler. He has ability to hit the six at any corner of the boundary. Yeah. So do you believe that Shreyas can play the pace bowler the same momentum, the same consistency way?
Well, you have to also ask one thing, that where is the World Cup or Asia Cup going to play? It's in the subcontinent, Indian subcontinent, not in Australia, not in England. No pace bounce. He actually is not a great player as far as short bowling is concerned. Short pitch bowling has been a problem for Shreyas. Pulling, he has not been his strength. He normally does what? Gives himself room and plays it on the offside to the short ball, which is a very dangerous thing to do. But in Indian conditions, I think with a lack of pace and bounce, Shreyas will not be having a problem.
Great. Gaurav, people wants to listen your commentary. For example, I am giving some scenario. Suppose you are doing the commentary in 2011 World Cup in the grand finale. You are sitting in the commentary box. Please have some kind of झलक हो जाए. गौरव जी, please. सब लोग इंतजार में हैं. Yeah, please.
See, of course, it's a great moment. Everyone knows. Ravi Shastri has taken the copyright for that. So I can't say that. What I can do is I can say the same line that Ravi Shastri said and try to just mimic him a bit. Is it like Dhoni when hits that six? Ravi
Yes,
Shastri
yes.
said, Dhoni finishes off in style, a magnificent strike into the crowd. India lifts the World Cup after 28 years. It is an Indian captain who is absolutely magnificent in the night of the final.
Okay, party begins in the Indian national. Oh, fantastic! That was a really goosebump moment. So really, and
Every
after, yeah, yeah.
So every time you listen to that commentary or that particular clip, you're watching that clip, you remember that commentary as well. So you don't want to dilute that by doing something extra. That has to be there. That's for Ravi Shastri.
Time passes, captains are changing. Indian cricket team scenario is changing after 12 years. Gaurav, you are very optimistic, cricket expert. Do you think once again the same momentum should be seen in the India in 2023?
Let's hope that. So many things happening here, like so many coincidences happening. As far as 2011 and 2023 are concerned. So the other thing is the fact that it's happening in India as well. Last time it happened in India. This time also happening in India. And the other thing is the fact that it is the last chance of Rohit to do something great for the country as a captain. So Rohit has not done that well. Let's be positive. Let's give Rohit and Rahul Dravid a hope. And let's say that they will hold trophy.
Okay, Gaurav, I have asked a straightforward question that which combination is best according to you? Is it Ravi Shastri, Virat Kohli, or is it Rahul Dravid, Rohit Sharma?
Can I be honest with you? I know people will not be on the same norm as me.
Yeah.
But Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli has produced results. That Jodi has produced results, right? So everyone will say Ravi Shastri, Virat Kohli, Ravi Shastri, Virat Kohli. But if you technically go down, I don't think that Rahul Dravid will be falling behind, because Rahul Dravid is actually a good coach as far as technique is concerned. So if you have a problem in technique, you want to go to Rahul Dravid for solving that. You don't want to go to someone like Ravi Shastri to solve your technique. Ravi Shastri is there for to uplift the team atmosphere, to give you that positivity that is required, motivates you. But as far as technique is concerned and just building a team for the future is concerned, so I think Rahul should be there. And of course, Rohit as a captain in white ball cricket has done well in Indian Premier League. So I will go with Rahul and
Rohit. Great.
Yeah.
So Gaurav, now an interesting question for you, that Mahendra Singh Dhoni is a really complete package. The kind of leadership, the kind of he is a decision maker, he's a critical thinker, and he remains himself calm and cool at every situation. But do you think that Mahendra Singh Dhoni should be there in the World Cup for the Indian cricket team as a guider, as a motivator?
It's great.
Any role?
You can bring MS Dhoni into the table. It's absolutely great. You can't be anything more special than that. So bring MS Dhoni. Every time you have a player like MS Dhoni, or every time that you have someone who has led the team, who has won World Cups, it makes a difference. But remember, MS Dhoni was also there in 2021 T20 World Cup. Right? But nothing happened. So it's about what these guys do on the field. It's not about who is there sitting out there doing this, doing that. So everything matters when you are inside the wicket, inside the ground.
The execution, the implementation is really important than information.
Yeah.
And the Indian the cricketers should be executed as per the guidelines, the kind of philosophy. Okay, Gaurav. Okay, I have a question on your personal life. When you are doing the commentary in the IPL, which team you are going to support on that particular moment?
They say that commentators should not be biased, so they have to be neutral. But if I have to be a fan, then it has to be CSK.
CSK. Okay. Okay, great. Why? And why CSK? Why not other team? Gaurav?
I think that's the easiest question in the world, because that's MS Dhoni.
Okay, great, Gaurav. Okay, Gaurav, talking about the cover drive, who will be the best batsman till now, right now? Is it Babar Azam? Is it Virat Kohli?
Virat Kohli, definitely. Virat Kohli, when Virat Kohli cover drives or drives the ball through the covers, the world looks more beautiful.
World looks more beautiful. Can you say show a demo of the commentary where you are doing comment for the Virat Kohli and Virat Kohli drives the ball into the cover? Please, have some demonstration.
Well, what happened while I was doing ODI commentary, Kohli did drive a ball through the covers in Bangalore, and I was in the commentary box.
Okay, Sehen Safidi is the bowler.
That it actually has happened in IPL. I was in the com box, and Virat Kohli drives the ball through the covers, and I put that clipping in my Instagram as well. And I mentioned that that Kohli's drive is a thing of beauty. So I will go like this: Kohli drives the ball through the covers, and it is nothing short of a thing of a beauty.
Wow! In the ODI, in ODI like this.
ODI ମୁଁ ଏହା କହିଥିଲି ଯେ कोहली ड्राइव कले जेतेबेले से ये थिले बोलर हमरो अवेश खान थिले बोलर आसी बॉलिंग करथिले तो तापर कोहली ड्राइव कले किछि नेटवर्क रे प्रॉब्लम हला कि इज इट ओके नाउ
am I audible?
किछि प्रॉब्लम हे जाइतला मतलब जे एबे ठीक ही नाउ इट्स ओके
am I audible, Gourab?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Okay, great. But your picture is not properly visible over here. The circle is moving on your face.
My network is good, right? I think my network is good.
Okay. My voice is audible, Gourab?
I'm actually not getting a lot of your visuals, to be honest, properly. Yeah.